Hey Chatter Mommers, it's Kimmy here, and I was super excited when we bought this house that we had one room to dedicate to the children's toys, our playroom. Here I'm going to share with you how I organized it, tips and hacks so you can get started on yours today. So you guys ready? Here is my children's wonderland. Pretty cool, huh? So getting organized is probably the toughest thing to do when you are planning out your playroom. I actually had these bins from the old house. It's a 9 cubby bookcase from Target. I think they were like $40. And what I did is I mounted them on the wall. And then I headed over to my favorite store, Home Goods, and I decided to pick out 2 types of bins. One you can see through and one that you can't. Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would take all the toys you have and I would categorize them on the floor to see how big of a bin that you would possibly need for those toys. Then you can start seeing which bin would be perfect for them. I decided to go with a purple-blue scheme in here. So I got these purple bins. If you notice, this is my building block bin. And I actually labeled it with labels from Hobby Lobby. But this one is a see-through bin. And as you can see, it's tea party bin. And it actually just fits perfect in here. So you kind of want to give it that interior design kind of look. And this way the kids can look, oh, I want that bin. Or you can ask them, oh, do you want to build? Do you want to do Play-Doh? I kind of try to hide the little stuff in this bin. So this way when they're cleanup time, they put it all away and that my younger one, like Chase, can't choke on anything. I also took all the books that I had and started a library for the kids. So on the first 3 cubbies, you can notice is all of our books. And we do have a reading time where each kid gets to choose a book. I sit down and I read with them. I usually like to do that before naps or before bedtime. But they get really excited when they get to choose the book. So I don't know about you, but the one thing that drives me crazy are puzzles. I feel like my kids are always losing pieces and you can never find them and then you have to throw the whole puzzle out and it's a waste of money and it really bugs me. So I actually went to Staples, got the envelopes, okay, they were dirt cheap, and it actually fits puzzles perfectly. So this way you can take out puzzles individually and this way no pieces are lost. So you can do cleanup before you go to the next one. So that's a good hack for you. So another fun hack, here you can actually see, like, this is where my kids do homework, we paint, we color, and markers I'm really not a fan of. They get all over my kids' arms and honestly they really don't come off, takes a couple washes. So I put the crayons and the markers in this little tub. I got these from IKEA, I think they were like $4. I like them because you put the lid on and you close it and most young kids can't open them. I also have a smaller one. My kids, I have no idea, they like to take off every crown, shoes on every one of their dolls. I'm going to show you in a minute, all their dolls are practically like naked. But these are a great place to stash all the little pieces that one day they're like, where is this doll's shoes? You can say, well, look in the bin. Again, cover on top and you can close it real tightly so they can't get to it. Okay, so I know the new fad is Shopkins! I have no idea why the kids love them. They're literally this big. So for Mia's birthday, I actually got a Shopkin organizer. I know, it's pretty cool, right? So in here, this is where she keeps all her Shopkins. And so this way, Chase doesn't choke on any and everything stays organized if that's what she chooses to play. If you do like this, you can comment below and I'll let you know where I got it from. Playroom Day is my little draw rolling cart. My girls love to color, paint, etc. They have so many coloring books, I didn't even know what to do with them anymore. So I actually took, you know, that fun tape and I turned this old wood draw into a fun one that matches our playroom. So I just taped the fronts alternating and it's just a way to organize. So in the top bin it's Mia's magnetic dolls that she loves to do. In my second drawer, stickers, because we all know how kids love to sticker. Mine have pretty much stickered my whole house. I'm still getting some off my floors. This one is the Crayola Color Wonder. I love this for Meadow because she can't color all over my walls. And then I have, this one's coloring books. And then on the bottom I have notepads that they can just write on, and I also have paint, and I like to hide those away. But this is actually like a kind of like art on a cart in a way. So this by far is one of my favorite hacks, because the one thing that I feel is a big waste of money are these bad boys, stuffed animals. The kids literally hold them for like 5 minutes and they're like, huh, I'm over it, I'm done. And you're stuck with all these stuffed animals. So what do you do with them? Well, my father-in-law purchased my girls bean bags, and they love them. They sit on the bean bags, they watch movies, and you know, throughout time, and the more they sit on them, the more they deflate. Well, take those stuffed animals, and what I do is most of them have like a zipper, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I fill their bean bags with their stuffed animals, and it's awesome. It's nice and soft, they sit in it, and I just take them and I stick them in the bean bags and I roll them up whenever they're getting deflated. And if your kids ever ask for the stuffed animal again, you just go in the bean bag and you get it. It's a great hack, you should try it. Okay, so this one has to do with the little teacher in me. Mia just graduated pre-K and she is on to kindergarten, so sight words are a big thing. And I created her a word wall. You can do it on any door. And basically, we have like a pointer and she points the words and says them. And I'm going to actually be starting an educational channel in a little bit to show you how you can help your child at home, be prepared for their grade level. So it's a good idea if you have a preschooler or kindergartner, start putting words up on a wall, and you can even do pictures for the younger ones, and this way, you know, you make it a little more educational and they can learn. So when you have a space, you have to, you know, think where you're going to put things and how things are going to flow. I like to use every resource available. So here's the back of my French doors. On this side, I have window decals of the alphabet, and this is where I practice with Meadow on her ABCs. If you also notice, the back wall is a chalk wall. And my kids actually come in the corners and they draw pictures and things like that. And then over here, my girls love dolls. And like I told you, half of them are going to be like naked. Yeah, my girls love naked dolls, I guess. All their clothes are always off. But this is a shoe organizer. And I actually hung it on the back of the door. And this is where my girls put their dolls and their clothes. Just so easier way to stay organized. Okay, so last but not least is my daughter's dress up closet. I actually made this from a $20 bookcase thing. So if you actually want to make your own on a budget, you can comment below and I will be sure to shoot a video in the next couple of weeks on how I did this. But it's great because they have all their dress up costumes here. They have the things up here that I really don't want them to touch. And underneath here are all their dress up shoes and their crowns. And then you open up the drawer, and in the drawer has all their accessories. And then on the side, I actually hung hooks, and that's where they hang up their purses. It's literally every princess's dream. I hope that you enjoyed the tour of my playroom. I actually should say my kids' playroom. I'm not gonna lie, I love it too. And I hope you learned a hack or two or a tip that you can actually implement into your playroom. And the last, I actually saved the best for last. I have here, I almost killed their tea set. So here we actually established rules for the playroom. Our rule is we always have to share. Only 2 bins at a time. So my kids pick 2 bins and they can play with it. If they want another bin or go on to something else, they have to do cleanup first. You know, that's important. I don't allow them to have food or drinks in here or wear their shoes in here because Chase crawls around. And the activities in all my bins, I have princess play with little people dress up the dolls. I have the little dolls. I have a craft bin. I have story time, which is our library I showed you before. I have tea party. I have a music bin. I have an educational bin, which has letters, numbers, animals, puzzles, excuse me, things like that. I have a building block bin, and I have a game bin. My kids love board games, matching games, you name it, they want to play it. So, I'm Kimmy, this is Chatter Mom, and I will see you guys next time.